clubs and what we're doing because we are so proud. And I'd like to think that you don't have anybody like Justin thinking that Toastmasters is about 10 speeches and then getting out. Right? I'd like to think that. And knowing that I'm bringing your attention to it hopefully will stop that. Right? That's a good thing. Now we've so far had a 19-year-old, 21-year-old. How about someone that's a little more experienced in life? How about this character? Are you waiting on me?
How will you view that boyfriend?
Hello. I'm Gary. I'm 70 years old. Thank you very much. I served in the Army, and then I retired as police chief. 40 years. And I got to tell you, I'm looking at Toastmasters to find some news stories. I knew it was time when the guys at the Legion started telling me my stories. And then it didn't matter where I went for coffee in the morning, A&W or Timmy's. We were all saying the same thing. I got a lot to offer. I got a lot of stories to tell. Been around a little bit. I got a lot of things to talk about. Isn't that what Toastmasters do? It's talk, talk, talk. But I'm wondering what they're going to provide to me. I got a lot to give. What am I going to get? Anybody got someone retired in their club? I have several in mind, and aren't they feisty? They're very feisty. Because they love living life, especially if they're now in Toastmasters as a retiree. They got a lot of sharing to do. But Gary brings up a good point. He's got a lot to offer. But what does Toastmasters have to give back? Maybe we've never thought of it that way before. And as leaders, we need to be including everyone, not just the youngsters, not just the newbies, not just the people working on their CC. On your sheet of paper, number 1 is the rules. Number 2 is the culture. Number 3, the value. The value. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to write down 2 or 3 things that your club does to provide value to its members. What does your club do to provide value? It's not an easy question, is it? Now sometimes TI makes it easy, right? They give you ribbons. That's a gimme right there. Some people love getting ribbons. There might be other things as well. Everybody got at least one? Mm-hmm. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to turn to the person next to you again, and I'd like you to share what your club does to provide value. So interact.
Okay. There are mentors available and many educational sessions. Try to have one at least 5-minute one every week. And the other thing we have is supporters. Like we give really good feedback. We have a lot of members that are 25 years Toastmasters, 40 have that.
John, what do you guys do to provide value? Oh, yeah. Everybody share some value with their club? How many of you learned something new? What did you learn, Mustafa?
I learned from Shirley here that when they ask new members to take up a role at their club, they relate how they can use that role outside in the world.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, I thought, mind blowing, when she told me. So they asked a new member to greet members, to greet people coming in. We tell them, well, if you happen to go to a party and you introduce to people, you will greet them and have to know how to interact.
Brilliant! I learned something new. That's awesome. That's awesome. You put your hand up very quickly too. Go ahead, you. Yes.
Okay. About evaluations, exactly. What did you say exactly? Thorough evaluations for improvement, and tell them how to improve. Not just that they need to. Yes.
Brilliant. Yes, sure.
I'm Gary, and one of my personal interests is I came along at a time when women didn't get ahead in business. Our club gets flooded with women who are there only to get a better job or hold on to the one, and you see them. And most of them have one serious fault, and I spot it, and I've made it my personal mission to do something about it. They speak in a soft voice, and most men interpret, and I pass this on to you. Please put into action. I know it works because I do it. Most men equate that with unimportance. So when you get up, you may say the most brilliant thing there is, but we think, but why don't you go out and see if the coffee's ready?
Right.
Honestly. Why do you waste all that time doing all your research and then sound like the lady who should be sweeping up?
You're right.
Just raise your voice, and I sit at the back of the hall, and when they go low, I go, and really, that's all it takes.
And does it work?
Don't blow your thing. Does it work?
Yeah.
Sure it works, because they sound as if, hey, what I'm talking about is important, and you jerks better listen, or you're going to miss out on something.
So you're providing value to them by increasing their self-confidence, by simply increasing their volume, and Toastmasters is providing value to you by making that your role. Right? Fantastic. Yes. Yes.
Well, I agree with Gary. My name is Marco. But I would like to compliment that. Because one of the things I do once I get to know the ladies, very often young, qualified women speak like girls instead of like women. And I said, you're a qualified woman. You have a degree. You know, stop talking like a little girl. Start talking like a woman. I compliment what you are saying.
To empower them. I love it. Lots of value here. Yes, one more.
I like what my partner Kate said, and she said they never criticize. It's always room for improvement. I really like that. She said they never criticize the speakers, because I think that sort of negative energy will be hurtful for the new members, and that's what they see. They say, oh, they're being criticized. Whereas if you put the spin on it that you're room for improvement, this is areas that you can grow in, things like that, the language you use really helps foster the environment where it's good for learning.
Outstanding.
Yeah, they always find, you know, when somebody does a speech, you find out the good points. So there's always good points. And you say those first, and then you say perhaps you can improve in that area and that area.